Hello everybody, this is T from Kate's Crafty Closet, and today we're going to show you how I made the brick background in red that I posted on Instagram. I'll try to do my best to put that on the screen so you can see what I made. I made a card out of it, so I don't have it with me anymore close by. So the first thing you're going to go ahead and need is you're going to need the Brickwork 3D texture fade from Timholtz and Sizzix, number 664259. I will do my best to link everything in the description box below. So you're going to need that. I went ahead and took some distressed watercolor paper and I ran this through my Sizzix Big Shot machine. So the first thing you're going to go ahead and do is we're going to use 3 different colors of oxide today. We're going to use Barn Door, we're going to use Aged Mahogany, and Festive Berries. So we're going to go light to dark. So the first thing you're going to have to use is the Festive Berries, right? And I'm going to say I use these blending brushes. These are Timholtz brushes, but any brush will do. If you have these brushes from Clarity Stamps or any other craft company, those worked as well too. And the reason why I use these as opposed to the blending foams, like this gives a little bit more organic look. Like I'm not looking for a perfect application or perfect blend, just to make it look like it's real brick. And so I'm just gonna basically, this video might take a little bit long because I'm actually going to do all the blending. So I'm just going to take that Festive Berries and do the whole background using that. And if you get, I'm not looking for a perfect application either. So if some areas are darker than others, that's what exactly you're looking for. So don't think that you need to be uniform when applying this. This is what I like about using the brushes and stuff, that it's really not going to be uniform. And because it's oxides, it goes on really quickly, really easily. So like I said, you can always start off with a little and then can add more. So that's our Festive Berries, and I think they were pretty much good in terms of application. You can go back and forth, you can go in circles, whatever you want. See how you go back and forth, you get more darker areas, and that's okay, you can do that. And what I usually do, and it's completely up to you, if you want to just have a scrap piece of paper next to you, or I go ahead and use a journal, and I just go ahead and wipe that color off. And that doesn't matter when you're going from light to dark, truly, but I just do this. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do, we finish with the Festive Berries, and we will not need that one again. So next up is Barn Door. And what I do with the medium and darker color is I apply it in 3 different areas. And then you can go back later and see if you need more. So essentially I'm going to do Barn Door in this area. So that's going to be area 1. Then I'm going to go in area 2. Like I said, we can always go back. And then here is going to be area 3. And you can choose how big you want your area to be. So I just apply it in 3 different areas to start off with, just to give me a template. So you can add as much or as little as you want. Okay, so I'm going to leave that one out because we will go back to that one. Then we're going to grab that Aged Mahogany, and again apply that in 3 different areas too, which is going to be like the opposite areas that we started. And it is okay if you overlap that second and third color. 100% okay. And leave some of that Festive Berry showing. Okay, just leave some of that Festive Berry showing, and then go back and decide where you think you need to add color. If you add a little bit over it, blend it, you most certainly can. Go along the edges to bring in that color and bring in the eye. Okay, see how it's kind of starting to look like a brick time. So we're going to go back and grab some of that Barn Door So I'm just gonna, because it's darker the lighter, I definitely always brush it off on the side in my album, my journal. So here we go, I'm just kind of adding it to all kinds of places. You're gonna get a blending effect across there. So like I said, always add it in 3 places, and then afterwards you can put it kind of wherever you want. You just kind of look at it and say, well, it needs to be a little bit darker here, or it needs to lighten up there, but that's 100% completely up to you. Brick in nature has different looks. None of it's perfect. Okay, so I'm going back with the barn door and adding a little bit more in areas. And you can see you can go on top of that fired brick. See how it just kind of starts to come together. And the last thing that I do, because with this, is I do come in with some Archival ink. It's the black soot. And add a little bit over the top of that. Just be a little gentle. You can use the brush if you want to, but today I'm just using the sponge because I'm not adding a whole lot. So here's my distressed black soot. These are Archival inks. If you have this one, these are Archival, which means it'll sit on top of this. In fact, if you happen to add water, it won't bleed or blend because it's a oil base. So I'm just going to go ahead and darken up some of those areas. It doesn't look super black, which is what we want, so just do it lightly. And you can make some areas dark. It's okay. Just pick and choose where you want it, and it winds up coming out so cool, so amazing. Like, I love this effect. And you can like add water to this just to give it a little bit more of an organic look, which we might go ahead and do some. And because, like I said, the Archival will not blend or bleed, so which is what we want. Okay, so you see how it's kind of coming together. Like, so cool, right? Like I said, don't go for perfection. Just have fun with it. So let's take a spray bottle, which of course is on the other side of the desk. I'm gonna spray it off to the side so I don't have to do a whole lot of cleaning. We're gonna come in with our heat tool, and we're just gonna go ahead and dry that up. And if you don't have those exact colors, you can use what you have. Just try to find 3 shades of a red base. So it's a little bit, still a little bit damp. So I'm going to go ahead and try to dry it up a little bit more. Just so it doesn't look the paper on the next step. And here we go. That's kind of good. Next, you're going to need a Stabilo pencil. And these do react with water. So if you make a mistake and you don't like it there, just grab a slightly damp brush and you can wipe it away. But I don't consider curve set. So just take your pencil. You're going to have to sharpen it more than once. And you're just going to go, see how I went onto the brick, and I'm okay with that. Just follow those grooves to look like that's your grout. So you just go ahead and add as much or as little white as you want. So this is the most tedious process of this all, but this is what makes it come to life. Like you're starting to see it now look actually like a brick, right? And there's so many things you can make with this. You can make this, like if you do houses and miniatures and cards, you can do some flowers going up the brick, some vines. I made like a barbecue card, and periodically you may get a little bit of ink on there, so just wipe it off. Like I say, you don't have to be consistently, the grout doesn't have to be consistently the same brightness of white. I wasn't going to do the whole thing on camera, but since we really don't have a sample in the beginning like I normally do to give you an idea of what we're making, we'll continue this until I can't do any more because I don't have my sharpener in here close by. Like I said, I don't super concerned about if I go onto the brick a little bit, because sometimes grout has be on the brick a little bit sometimes too, you know. So I just follow the grooves, the lines, go slow as you want. Okay, and just continue that process until everything's done or until you're satisfied. Okay. I just think there's so much versatility in this. These are great masculine background for masculine cards. I also will put in at the end of the video some pictures with the card that I made with the other brick background that I did. So to give you an idea of what I made, I had a challenge, and the challenge was barbecue. So I did some barbecue, a barbecue pit, and I used the word well done. And all those little bits and pieces on that card were actually made with my Cricut because I didn't have a stamp set that was technically barbecue related. And if you see how it doesn't necessarily have a line there, you can create one. So you can kind of create extra ones if you need them. Don't feel like you have to contour to all that's there. You can add some more. So we're almost done. See how it's starting to really go down. Much easier to do it, I promise you, with a sharper point. And you will, if you make a lot of these backgrounds, you probably will go through a pencil or two. Like I said, I will link everything in the description box below. A lot of this we do have in the store, and we do have a coupon code that is save $5 off of your order of $25 or more, and that's save 5. Okay. Like I said, we have most of the products that I'm using today in the store. Okay, almost done. And then, like I said, if you have anytime you have questions, please put them in the description box and leave a comment. And I am usually pretty good at answering questions. And I did a blue one too, I think, and I did a gray one as well. I think I have those close by, so I'll kind of show you what those look like. And I did use the pencil on that. But see how the pencil just makes it now actually look like brick. So here is the blue one that I did, and that was just a prize ribbon. And that was just one color prize ribbon using the brush and doing different areas dark and some black Archival ink. And here is a gray one on top of that, which is actually paint, which I actually used frayed burlap and hickory smoke paint distress on that. So those are the 3 ones that I've done. I did a video on this one, which I'll link in the play box at the end of the video. This one I just did on my own. So those are our brick for today. So I appreciate everybody who commented on the video and said please do a tutorial on it. So I have done it. If you, like I said, if you have any questions, please let me know. Please check out the website at katescraftycloset.com, and you have a crafty day, y'all.